We love our pets like family, and in other areas of the world, people even grow attached to pets that come to life with a full battery charge. A Buddhist temple in Japan held a funeral for robo-dogs that are no longer in production. These so-called pets were trainable, were made to act in mischievous ways, just like a real-life pet. Over time, as you might expect, owners grew attached to these robo-dogs as if they were real dogs. Then something happened. The maker canceled production of the pets a few years ago, announced that the dogs were no longer able to receive software updates. That meant robo-dogs would die. But they were thought to have souls, so funerals were meant to release those souls back to the world.
Well, Buddhists are very, spiritual in nature, and I guess they got attached to their robo-dogs, so I like it.
Okay, a funeral for a battery-operated animal.
Well, they were
attached.
They were attached just like to a regular pet.
Haven't you had just anything, whether it's a pet or a fake pet?
Yes, a real life. No,
listen,
I've never had a fake pet that I wanted to have a funeral for. I've had toys that broke and it made me sad, but I didn't have a funeral for them. I just think it's a little weird. That's just me. But I'm all for Buddhism principles, and I think it's great, but a funeral for a robotic dog?
What I think is it's probably more for the owners. Obviously, they don't think that the robo-dogs necessarily have souls, but they actually did a really interesting comparison in Japan with these same robo-dogs, where they compared them to regular dogs in nursing homes, and they found that the elderly kind of inhabitants of these homes responded much better to the dogs that were robo-dogs, and they're much lower maintenance. It's kind of crazy.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, because you don't have, like,
no
you go out of town, you don't have to worry about them. There's no maintenance.
No shedding.
But they still felt that companionship, which was so interesting.